The death toll in the multi-vehicle pileup on the N3 near Hilton outside Pietermaritzburg stands at 5, with several other people injured. The KwaZulu-Natal Transport Department, in a statement, said 5 trucks, 8 taxis and 22 cars were involved in the crash, which occurred this afternoon. The cause of the crash is still being investigated. The Umngeni municipality said in a statement that people who need a place to stay or rest can use the Hilton Town Hall. For more, we are now joined by Midlands EMS Director, Winterboer. Very good evening to you, sir. Thanks very much for joining us here on SABC News.
Good evening, ma'am. Thank you very much for the invite. Update on scene as we've just managed to remove the last person from the vehicle alive, and she's currently en route to a medical facility in Pietermaritzburg.
Yeah. All right. So, we've been getting obviously some conflicting reports with regards to those injured and, of course, those who are deceased. Can you give us a clear statement at this point about what exactly is that situation?
I don't think we've got a clear statement at the moment due to the size of the mass casualty we're currently dealing with. But we can confirm that there's currently 5 deceased on scene. We have the medico-legal guys here to uplift the deceased bodies and take them through to facilities. The last lady was trapped for just over 3 hours and we just managed to get her out alive. And as I said, she's on her way through to Pietermaritzburg facility. Recovery trucks are now trying to open the freeway so we can get the freeway open because it's just complete carnage. There's trucks and vehicles and it's just chaos at the moment.
We understand that the cause of the crash is still being investigated, but I would imagine that, there is a sort of idea as to what could have possibly transpired in this particular pileup. Any ideas that, you're looking through at this time?
Well, we're dealing with very misty conditions today on the November 3 here at Hilton. We do fall in the mist belt here in KZN. So, I think we want to attribute the mist factor to it, and then the people not reducing speed once again. I think that plays probably one of the biggest in this incident. Had people been maintaining speed and following distances, I think a lot of this could have been averted.
You talk about the issue of mist in the area, and how's that making things more difficult for those of you involved in emergency services? I can imagine that actually just, makes things worse for you.
Well, right now, I think our visibility is probably about 25, 30 meters. It's cold, it's red, it's raining. So, I think a lot of people are cold and miserable and just want to get the work done at the moment. But unless people reduce speed in weather like this, we're going to have the same problem that carries on and on. It's continuously ongoing.
And we understand that Umngeni municipality has said that, they're prepared to take people in, who might need to rest or whatever the situation at the Hilton Town Hall. Are you finding that people are indeed making their way there and taking up this offer?
I'm sure we're going to find people making their way to the Hilton Town Hall. I know Mayor Chris Papas did extend it on quite a few of our social media groups to please inform the people accordingly. On behalf of the medical personnel, we'd just like to extend thanks to the people that have actually dropped off a lot of fluid and refreshments for us while we've been working to keep us hydrated and to keep the spirits going. It really shows. I mean, it's people are out there to support us in all these conditions as well. But I do think that people that need to rest will be going through to Hilton, and provisions have been made for them at the Hilton Town Hall.
And how are people being redirected or rerouted who were perhaps planning to use this particular stretch of road? Or what are we finding at this point? Is there, maybe 1 or 2 lanes that are perhaps open? What is the situation right now for those who might be considering, getting on the road?
My advice to anyone right now is postpone your trip, book in at a facility, spend the night somewhere. Because right now, all the lanes on the northbound carriageway are closed. And it's going to be some time. I foresee nothing less than 2.5 hours still to 3 hours before you could possibly see a lane opened. The talk on scene earlier that we would probably still be on scene tomorrow morning, bearing in mind that it is a crime scene. And now the photographers have to get in and physically photograph vehicles and unfortunately photograph bodies of deceased people that are still on scene. We do still have 2 deceased bodies under vehicles. So it's going to be a time-consuming exercise. So my advice is with the weather conditions, adverse weather conditions, is booking, it's just going to be worth booking and spending the night. The alternate routes through Hilton are currently backlogged. So it's going to take people a good chance if they do go the old Howick Road up through Hilton, come through at Sadara, and then get back onto the November 3 northbound. But bear in mind that could obviously get backlogged, and all we need is one truck to break down, and then that road is going to be jammed as well.
All right, Mark, thanks very much for giving us an update there. Mark Winterboer, Midlands EMS Director there, speaking to us about that pile-up. The death toll, of course, as he does confirm again, 5 deceased from that multi-vehicle pile-up on the N3 that's near Hilton outside Pietermaritzburg. Several people, of course, have been injured, and the KwaZulu-Natal Transport Department saying that it was 5 trucks, 8 taxis, 22 cars that were involved in that crash.